Well, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone, wherever in the world you happen to be. My name is Carmen Mazzara, and I serve as Executive Director of your Coalition for American Public Diplomacy and Leadership. It's hard to believe that this is just the end of Capital's very first year in existence, and we're so excited to close out 2025 with this really important conversation about how we can best build relationships with universities, particularly around recruitment for the internship program. We have two amazing speakers that I will introduce in just a second, but in terms of a few bits of housekeeping, as with all of our sessions, the recording will be available on the Capitol website, on the Capitol YouTube page as soon as I can get it up there after this conversation. And as always, we will have our summary of key takeaways accessible to members through the member portal as soon as I can get it written and get it up there. And the links will, as always, be in our regular weekly member email. And if any of those things that I have said are a surprise to any of you, please let me know. Hopefully, you do get my emails every week. Hopefully, you do see our recordings and our summaries and all of those different pieces that we have prepared for you. As we go through the conversation, if you have any technical issues, please feel free to send me a quick direct message and I will do my best to take care of those. And if you have ideas, contributions, questions for our speakers, please put those in the chat and we'll be able to take care of those, particularly after our speakers have talked, but also as we go through the conversation. So now that all of those pieces are done and out of the way, we can jump into what I know is going to be a great discussion. Our first speaker today is Carol Cecillia, who is an alum of the Bridge USA program, particularly from Indonesia. And what I love about Carol is she describes herself as powered by curiosity, adventure, and a love of all things hospitality. So we know that really is part of who she is and part of that wonderful personality that you will see in just a moment. She studies hotel administration and management and has been able to use her studies in different internships around the world. She worked as an executive butler at the legendary seven-star hotel, the Burj Al Arab in the UAE. After learning from that experience, she was able to transition to an opportunity in Santa Monica, California, as part of the Bridge USA program, working at Shutters on the Beach as a front desk agent. And she really found that time to be full of learning and chaos, as well as really a great chance to expand her studies and to contribute to her education. She always describes herself as ready for the next challenge, whether that's learning about tattooing, which I would love to know what your family says about that, Carol, music,
Right.
sports, and so many other different things. So we're glad to have you here contributing your perspective as really someone that we're trying to reach through university connections. Our other speaker is Marina Seet, who many of you know as a manager at Speedwing, based in Singapore. She began her career with Singapore's travel and tourism industry in the 1990s, managing corporate and educational travel and events and so many different other arrangements. She took on her leadership role at Speedwing in 2000 and has since played a key role in helping them expand their presence across Malaysia, Australia, Indonesia, Vietnam, and India. With over 2 decades of experience, we all know Marina for her passion, her proactive mindset, and her commitment really to being a part of new opportunities. So much so that we were able to recruit her recently to the Capitol board, and we're very grateful to her service there. And she was a part of the Capitol working group on best practices in internship and traineeship programs, whose content will be out as soon as I can get it done. So, thank you all again for being here. Thank you all to our speakers. Let's jump into the actual conversation. Marina, I'm going to start with you. Can you give us an example, a brief example, of how you have built effective relationships with universities in all of those different countries that you work in?
Okay, so basically we start off with researching the university that we want to work with in the region. We will narrow down by what the university needs in terms of internships towards their students' field of studies. So usually we try to look at what the school needs to cater to the students. And that's where we then start to do research, go towards their needs, whether they are looking at hospitality tourism or their business or STEM and so on. So then we find the right contact person to then sell ourselves, sell our services, our products, and then let them know that what we can offer in terms of the list of hosts that we have. And we actually do internship globally, but almost 85% is to the US. Yeah. So
And how do you find the right contacts? Is it just through the university website? Is it through Google? Is it introductions? How do you figure out who the right person is?
So I think in the very early year initial stage, we actually do knock on doors. Okay. And so there are various ways that we try to get ourselves noticed. So we first sell, let them know that we have the programs that we promote, how it will benefit the students and so on, and get the various school like School of Business, School of Sciences, School of Law to actually introduce our programs. And then we kind of like let them know what is available, what it benefit the students, and then we get the right contact person to start to liaise with them. It's not easy to get the right person. At times, people move, and then you have to start all over again sometimes. So the approach will be depending on different level of who and how. So what we do in the initial stage,
Mai
we
că dacă
approach.
Cristina nu vine până la 6, n-am cum să vă filmez. Trebuie să vă filmați singure.
Hi, welcome. So
But
then the point of contact is when the school decided that, they would like to try us out, they will want us to do a presentations to probably the management first, then they start to introduce the right point of contact for us to then start liaising with them of various programs that we can offer to the school. Yeah.
so it's mostly faculty that you speak to, or staff, or the
Yes.
leadership?
Yeah, so basically will be faculty. We try to narrow down the faculty because we thought it's easier because the staff will be then have to go back to different faculty because in general we do different field of studies for different host company that wanted the students. Yeah, so we feel that approaching different faculty, you would then understand what's their needs and then get the right point of contact from the faculty. Yeah.
And are there particular messages that are more more clearly linked, or are a better sell? Is it time in the United States? Is it practical experience? Is it access to seven-star hotels? What really resonates?
Yeah, so what we do is we strongly feel that when we have students' testimonial experiences, support from the embassy, because we have really good contact and support from the embassy, and also at the same time we kind of like do a lot of video virtuals, to present it to the schools when we meet up with them initial stage to let them know that these are the programs that we run. We also present the list of strong host company that we have been working with, and then that's helped a lot with the good relationship, good rapport, good reputations, and of course our support towards the students from guiding them on placement all the way to their interviews and getting the visa, and then later on when they return. So all this, process, strong rapport building and feedback from participants that have gone through our program, does a strong kind of like, connection. Yeah.
And my last question, Marina, for you in this first stage, you work in so many different countries.
Yep.
Does the approach change, or how do you figure out what's different about Vietnam compared to Malaysia?
Yeah, so basically, I think within Asia, even though we are in Asia, it changes because of different culture, different approach, different languages. So I should say, like for example, for Singapore, it's very easy because we are small and everyone knows everyone, kind of like, yeah. So it's easy to spread from university 1 to university 5. Yeah, so it's quite easy on that way. So once you have a good rapport that you build with one, and then it's very easy to get reference and say that, oh, I work with let's say NUS, and then and then people start, oh, okay, then it moves on. For example, for Indonesia, they rely a lot on what you can offer to the students and the school in a way that, if we want you to do this presentation or this amount of together with the students activity and so on. So yeah, so the approach is very different. Yeah, so they are more on what you can do with the school and the students at the same time. And then for Vietnam, it's also very different. The school, most school focus on what it benefit the students will in return benefit the school. So then they will want as much exposure of students who have gone on the program to present it, follow suit, then to a way to promote the program and then get connection. So they kind of like rely on student association or student center to actually promote the program within the students itself. Yeah. And then Malaysia, it's again different as well. So yeah, so different culture actually has different approach towards the program. Yeah. So
That makes total sense. Speaking of Indonesia, Carol, can you tell us, as a recovering student, was it important to you that your university supported your internship? And then can you tell us a little bit about whether you got credit for it or how it was maybe part of your academic program? And you are on mute, my friend.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Perfect. Thank you for the questions. University support is 100% very important for the students, definitely. University support helps students feel confident that the experience is credible and relevant to their field of study. It also provides reassurance that they have academic guidance if challenges or questions arise. If they have questions, they can always go back to the universities and be comfortable to ask questions about the program and so on. So overall, the support allows students to focus on learning, gaining professional experience, and making the most of their internship as well. In my case, since I had already graduated when I did the Bridge USA program in the States, my university already acknowledged the value of international internship. I did not rely on my university to find the opportunity for my Bridge USA programs, but internships were already mandatory for students who are in the second and the fourth year. Either it's domestic or international is their choice. So the mindset and the support was already there, but the programs like Bridge USA was not really widely introduced when I was still in university.
And if any of our recruiters here had wanted to reach you when you were a student, where did you get information about how to do internships? And particularly if it was mandatory, how should they have been trying to connect with you while you were a student?
Right. So in the university, they have like the particular department. I think they call it um, International Career Center or something, Career Center. So there's like one particular department that in charge for internship trainings in abroad or domestic. So I believe they can definitely reach out to them and give as much information as they can.
So that's a nice compliment to what Marina said about going to faculty. The Career Center is
Right.
typically more staff on that side. So it sounds like
Exactly.
multiple fingers into the university life is really important to get to students. Carol, were you involved in clubs or student groups, as Marina said, that would have also been places to promote this? Or did those things live separately, the social piece and the professional piece for you?
I was not in the clubs or things like that. I got the information mostly when in my year. I got it. I got the information mostly from word of mouth, like from the alumni. We can ask them like their stories, their videos. So students are more. I think they're more believe that vision, other than just seeing seminars and then um, seeing the bulletin on the board and stuff like that. I think they more believe with that kind of stuff. So I think having like seminars or exhibitions or having alumni come to the university to market about this program will be more effective and believable, I think.
Thank you. Oh, as always,
Carmen,
yes, please. Yeah.
I agree with Carolyn. Yeah, because we do a lot of presentation throughout the whole year with different university on the program. We actually do 6 months to a year ahead. So therefore, what we do is when we do a presentation and the school invited us to interact with the students, we normally bring in alumni or past participants of of the same campus so that they share the real experience with them. And then we let the past participant to do a free talking. We won't control. They just show their video, say about the do and don'ts, of course, the good feedback and the culture shock and so on. So they have very good interactions with the students. And then some students are not planning to go like now or within the next few months. They are looking at going within probably next year or the year after or the year when they are ready for an internship. So what we do is we do a whole year round presentations. We invite year 1 to year 4 students to attend, and then they start thinking, they start planning, they start to know what they want to do. They hear from the seniors, they hear from the alumni. That's where we get them to be connected, to start planning what they want to do 2 years time when they're due for internship. Yeah, so that's how effective it is.
And I think planting those seeds in year one is so important so that the students have it as part of their plan. Oh,
Yes.
I have to do an internship in year two. Maybe I should
Yeah.
do it. And then with Bridge USA and that kind of,
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, and we always tell them that we are not. I mean, when the school invited us, or when we knock on the school and say that we'll do a presentation to the students, we always tell them that we're not here to sell something. We are here to provide an opportunity, a stepping stone for the students to know where they can reach out, where to go, in 1, 2, or 3 years ahead of time. Yeah, so yeah, definitely it's a benefit and advantage to the students and the school, so that when the internship period is due, the students are ready and they know where to go to, where to approach, how to start sourcing for placement. Yeah.
Can both of you, and Marina, I'll start with you, talk about some of the barriers to reaching students? We know how busy they are. We know how many messages they get. Can you talk about those and then particularly how you have tried to overcome them?
So yeah, it's not easy to reach out to students. That's why we work directly with the university, because for example, hospitality and culinary students have no time. They are really busy because they have so much thing within the packed 3 or 4 years syllabus that they have to catch on and so on. So we plan ahead with the university. If we know that we are going in every year at this time, we will then plan with the university to slot a time slot where all the students attend a session just like they are attending a lesson. So that's how we reach out, because if not, it's almost impossible to reach out to the whole mess. So direct connection with the university, it's really so important. Of course, we do social media as well, but social media, there's so many platforms, there's so many other different variety of internship globally. So going direct with the university to plan when to meet up with the mass of students, it's really, I think, the best way to reach the whole lot of them. Yeah, you don't need a lot of time. It's just probably 30 minutes to an hour to do a presentation of what is available for the students when they are ready. So a lot of times, sometimes students come to us and say, "Oh, we met you like 2 years ago. Now we are ready," and so on. So it's really the best way to connect via the school platform. I mean, that's how I feel.
And just to confirm, did you speak to them during their class time? So instead of learning about the topic of the day, you came to present in
Yeah.
the class?
So there's two ways. Sometimes we do it during their off class period where the school has a slot and said that everyone is available. So they book that slot and then we go. There are also time, especially for culinary students. We use their class time because probably a 30 minutes class time uh, when they are actually available or during their break time to just slot it in. Yeah. So working with school has an advantage because then they know best when the student's schedule is about. Yeah.
And it sounds like that research piece is also very important to know
Yeah.
how each school works. Yeah.
Yes. And also sometimes we do kind of like what we call it a preview or a pre uh program briefing session during the weekends. Like we will then have a venue booked within the school campus on probably a Saturday, and especially good for students who are staying in campus to invite them to join us. And then we have like something like a tea session. So that's a free food, there's a free information, and so on. So we invite them, and of course, then we invite the alumni because they want to know what the seniors have gone to do their internship and so on. And then we just, get them in.
Carol, you're smiling at free food. As our resident young person, you know, how is it best to reach young people? Is it through class time? Is it through events on Saturdays? How would we have best gotten to someone like you when you were a student?
Yeah, I think the best time will be off class, like after class or before class, so that people who are interested, students who are interested, they can make time and then they can choose, oh, whether I wanna join these seminars or things like that. But I think that's more effective than being in the class. Also, like what I mentioned earlier, like to invite alumni to speak and just like an informal kind of session, that I think that would be great too, because sometimes students, they don't know what to ask and they don't know what to start. So but then if alumni come, they can like share their story first, and then from there the students can ask questions from what their experience.
And you
Carmen,
mentioned
I
work.
wanted
Oh
to,
yeah, please go ahead.
sorry. Yeah, I wanted to add on, if you are able to find the calendar activity of the university, it will be fantastic because, a lot of university, they actually have events like career fair, international
Correct, yeah.
culture day, and so on. So that's the best way to also tap on it because we are always being informed by the events, and then we can then volunteer and say that we would like a booth to share experience, or sometimes school just approach us and say that we have this slot, would you mind to do a presentation, or do you want to come and grab some students and so on, which is also a good way because the whole lot of students will be there, so they'll be looking out what's there at the activity. So this is also one of the good way.
I like that. Make someone else do the work and then you can just attend. Always a better way. And Carol, we've talked about, social media, class time. Do students still like paper? If there were flyers or handouts, does that work, or am I too old for this conversation?
I'm not sure, but I think for students in this era, I think social media will work best because they're always on the phone, and it's very practical and easy as well to use. For paper, I think for flyer maybe they can just like hand it out when they have class because it's everyone gets one. But yeah, I think social media works their magic nowadays.
And is there a channel? Is it Instagram? Is it TikTok to see someone doing the program and then say, "Oh, I want to do that too," or is it just within friends groups usually?
Um, I think Instagram and TikTok is the biggest one now. Or people don't use Facebook much in Indonesia. It's different in the US, right? In the States, people still use a lot of Facebook often, but here no Facebook anymore. Instagram and TikTok, it's still great. Yeah.
I think many people on Facebook here in the US are older than students. Let's just say that. No.
Yeah.
Um, and then I guess my last question before we open it up to all of our guests is, and Carol, I'll start with you. With all of the other kinds of internships that are out there, why should students choose to do an internship or a traineeship in the US?
From my own experience or from students' perspective, pursuing internship in the States offer exposure to a highly professional and multicultural work environment that is difficult to replicate elsewhere, especially in fields like hospitality and tourism. Students gains hands-on experience with global service standards, customer diversity, and very fast-paced operations. And this also helps students build confidence. It improves their communication skills, um, and understand international workplace expectations as well. So when universities support these opportunities, students are better prepared to connect academic learning with real world practice. So it makes them more competitive and career ready for global industry.
Amazing. Marina, how about you? What do you think?
Yeah. So for Speedwing, we offer internship globally, to be honest. But still, I mentioned 80% of our students choose to go to the US. We ever asked the students, when we did a survey, I actually listed down because there's so many things that they have mentioned. So there's still this American dreams, it's still in their head. Every time when I do briefing or interview the students on which internship, which country they will choose if they're going. So they have this American dream still exists. So the diversity of the type of positions available, I'm not only saying from hospitality, culinary, tourism industry, but I'm saying in whole, in general, because we also send a lot of students to startup, to Silicon Valley, Bio Valley in Philly, Silicon Valley, Chicago, and lots of places, Boston. So that's variety of positions available for the students, ranging from anything from 3 months all the way to 12 months. So that's how we feel that that's a lot of bigger pool compared to honestly we do globally. So comparing to other countries that we send the students. And the other thing, it's visa type. So because we operate in various, in this region, visa type, a lot of other country, the specific visa, it's not open to all nationality, but US is. It all depends on the category of students. Being a student, if you want an internship to the US, you can, regardless of nationality. So it's that stands out comparing, let's say I'm saying just like other country, they might not have the specific internship category for this nationality to go, and it's harder to apply because they don't have the category. Yeah, and the requirement doesn't meet. So, and then of course, to summarize the thing, 100% of the students are satisfied when they go to the US for an internship, to be honest, based on lots of videos, lots of feedbacks, and lots of conversation that we have with the students. The other thing, because we are in the Asia region, the strong currency of earning attracts a lot of our students to want to go there, because with the money that they earn and the great experience that they have, it's really an advantage for them. Some of our students see almost a lot of US side more than you and me has ever visited when they are in the US. They use the money to travel a lot, a lot. Yeah, it's just so crazy because with the photo that they share, they almost cover everywhere, to be honest, with the 30 days. I mean, you can ask Caroline, you travel a lot as well, right? They will
Yeah.
start to travel during their days off, during a long weekend or whatever it is, they will travel. So, and some of our students actually use the earn money to come back to set up small businesses, cafe, burger stands, and so on. We have so many stories to share because we have our Malaysian students who went on our program for the entire year, came back and set up a burger lab. We have Indonesian students who went and came back and start up their own ecosystem plantation
Wow.
system kind of like business. So there's so many different beneficial way why they choose the US. And then to summarize it, I feel that there's still great demand. And of course, US is still really high sought after compared to all other different countries. Yeah.
Those are all great reasons. And I think you're right. Many of the students see more of the US than I have, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, friends, we now have the chance to take your questions, and I have a few that people have sent me, but please feel free to put things in the chat, and we will get to them as best we can. The first one to start, one of our colleagues in New York is curious about your best practices, Marina, in establishing partnerships with universities. Do you have formal agreements? Is it just informal? And how does all of the partnership piece work?
Yeah, so basically for us, because we want to work with uh as many university as possible, so we don't actually constrain to do one-to-one agreement on you work with me and I can't work with you. So usually we have a MOU signed so that we are able to promote the program with the school, have an understanding of type of positions we are offering to the students and so on. So that's MOU signed within the university we work with, more of an understanding of type of programs and of course safety for the students and things like that. Yeah. Support. It's usually more on the support. Yeah. So we do sign a MOU with majority of the university. Yes.
And one more for you, Marina, from our
Yeah.
colleagues. It looks like actually close to you all, I think, out in the Philippines. It's
Okay.
about the initial research process. So, how do you get started trying to
Okay.
find the universities to build relationships with?
It's really not easy. So so I should say when we first started in 1996 up to 1999, we have no students. Really no students. It's just the late work, the knocking of doors, and trying to introduce the program. So first you have to list and identify which are the university you really want to work with. I think when we first started, please do not be so greedy. Focus on what your strengths are. If you have good hospitality strength of host company that you work with, try to do hospitality first before you do all others. But if you have good STEM or any other field, then you focus with the university that has strong field on that area. So then you start to narrow down if internship is a compulsory for the university. And then that's where if you narrow to that, and then if you find out that the internship it's what the school make the students do, bingo, you get it right. Then you start approaching the school or the staff and then start to look at the POC, point of contact, and then you start to sell them your product, your services, and let them know how you can support the students. Yeah. I should say there will be a lot of initial, visiting because back then, we don't really do a lot of emails. Okay, we actually sell invite to the school, to be honest. We sell invite to the school. We go and talk to the people. We start collecting name cards of different school, point of contact, and then we start to keep visiting them until they are familiar and okay, the lady is coming again. Yeah, so
I like this term self-invite. That's a very polite way of saying you just appear on their doorstep. And Carol, was it you talked about how important it was that the university blessed the internship program because it made you feel safer and it made it feel like it was part of your program. Was there a particular way that the university explained to you that these were trusted partners, or did you just assume because they had shown up, they were already approved by the school, or did the university say this is a good thing, you should do this? Like how proactive were they?
About the Bridge USA programs or in terms
In general, but Bridge USA I know Bridge USA came a little later in your journey, but in general.
right. In general, they're very proactive. They do like a lot of seminars and career fair as well, for the students. I think they're maybe like twice or three times in a year. So there's lot of information, and the students can choose as well. So and then there are a lot of agents to help the students to seek for information for having internship abroad. Um, but particularly about Bridge USA, in my university, even right now as well, they don't really widely introduce because Bridge USA is a 1 year program, and the curriculum in my university, they require only for 6 month internship. So it's kind of like a challenge as well. But yeah, they do like a lot of seminars for to market the programs and the internships. So they're very supporting in that area.
so we do
Yeah.
6 months though. In case there's someone who wants 6 months, there is
Oh,
6 months.
okay. Good to know.
Yeah.
Always selling. Marina's always selling.
No, I mean, in general, yeah. So other agents will probably have 6 months too. So I'm saying that, it depends on the needs of the students. We actually cater and work with the host at the same time. So we do internship range from 3 all the way to 12 months. Yeah.
So both of you have talked about the importance of knowing what some of the placements and hosts are going to be.
Yeah.
Marina, to start with you, can you talk about what you need as a recruiter from hosts and sponsors? And Carol,
Sure.
what you needed as a participant to hear from agents and hosts and sponsors to really be able to best explain what the program is and isn't. So Marina, let's start with you. What do you need from hosts and sponsors?
So from hosts, we not how we recruit hosts. We want to make sure the host it's really wanting what the students is doing. I mean, there must be a good match. So we look at training plan that the host has. First, we negotiate or not negotiate. We talk to the host to see what type of interns they are looking at. We look at the duration. We look at the job scope. Yeah, and then of course we discuss with the host on the training plan. Yeah. And then, of course, at the same time, we also then to make sure that we send the host the right students that meets their need. And then on the other hand, with the students, we make sure we recruit the type of experience that the students want. So it's a two win-win situation. The host will have a good profile to share in order to be able to recruit the good students. And the good students will have to go through us to do a pre-screening So what our team do is when we receive a resume after the talk at the university, we normally do presentation talk and then the resume start coming in. We will look at the resume and then we will have a pre-briefing session one-to-one with the students. So we do virtual and then we'll ask them their interests, why they want to go on an internship and what type of industry, the start date, the duration, and then we understand what the students want. And then we start looking at our database of posts to try to match the students. So we will then send the resume to the right host. Let's say it's an accounting student. She wants a 6 months, and then we know that, oh, this host wants a 6 month. So then we'll send it to the host, but we never promise the students or the host they will get one within whatever period. We'll tell them that we'll send them the resume, and then once the student resume has been shortlisted, then we will coordinate with the host to do a virtual interview. So it has to be win-win. So there are chances that they meet an interview and they don't like each other. There are chances. So never give fake hope to either one of them. Okay, I mean, it's just like any other interview for job because you want to make sure you get the right person for the right type of positions. And you want to make sure that the students have a great experience with what the student field of study it's all about. Because they need the internship in order to, it's a requirement for their coursework as
Mhm.
well. So yeah, so this is how we match. It's not difficult, but not extremely easy. But yeah, so we send about anyway from 100 to 200 students every 3 to 4 months. So it's not difficult, but yeah, it just take time.
Carol, how about you? What do you need from a recruiter, a sponsor, and a host?
I think uh, a clear, honest guidance and reliable internship placements that match our skills and goals. And I think the most important is strong support throughout the process, from the beginning, during, and after. And having, I think, the one dedicated person to to always go to ask questions if there's emergency or if there's any for example, embassy challenge or things like that. We know who to reach out, because
Right.
if that will be, if that is the first time for the students to to have internship abroad, I think they don't know what to do, right? First of all, so they want some guidance, some a person either from the recruiter, from the host, or the university. I think having that dedicated person would be very nice. And yeah, the transparency of the information, and including like the expenses, for how long, and what to do, how to find accommodation and things like that. I think that would be very helpful for the students.
Great advice. Great advice.
Definitely. Yeah.
All right, friends, we have just a few minutes left. Any last minute questions? Thanks to everybody who sent me things directly. I guess, Carol, any last words of wisdom for our recruiters as they're trying to find their ways into universities to reach students like you?
Yes, definitely. I would say studying will give you theory, but internship will give you identity. So so the students will know what they are capable of in terms of career clarity, what they want in life. It's not only about working or studying, but you learn about life. So it's definitely that.
I love that. Internships give you clarity about life. I guess I need a new internship. Marina, how about you? Any last words of wisdom?
Yeah, for me, I think because the topic it's more about relationship with the university. Yeah, just one piece I would like to share. In order to maintain or build relationship with university, I strongly feel that you have to be truthful, transparent, and keep them constantly updated about your programs and their students, because even though they don't ask, but they would like to know updates about their students. And what I feel that don't only go to university when you need them, but always keep a constant rapport contact with them. It can be an email, to drop a note to let them know that their students has scored really well. They have good feedback from the employers, or some students have gotten award with their performance, and so on. So that the university aware that you're not just there because you need them when you need to recruit, more of constantly keep them informed, let them know about you, your services, your support for the students, and you're all there for the students that will benefit the school. Yeah, because I feel that a lot of time I feel agents may only approach the school when they need recruitment or when there's a hiring event. But for us, how we get the relationship for so long and so close, sometimes somebody approaching them, they tell us, hey, there's a new agent in town, they are trying to, yeah. So it's that close that, we say, oh, it's okay. The market is so big. As long as, it benefit the students, welcome them, because, everyone can try to recruit different students. So I think the rapport will be, yeah, stay constantly in contact with the school, even though there's no activity that you need them, but yeah, keep them informed. Like there's changes with the US embassy, or there's changes with some of the regulation, just send it to them. They might not now have the students, but you never know. They might start sending students to you. So yeah,
And
that's
it
what
sounds
we
like that's
do.
also information that you need from the hosts and the sponsors. Oh, this student did
Yes,
well. The student won an award.
yes,
And as well
yes,
as from the students. Hey, I'm in the Grand Canyon. I'm here, I'm there. So
yes,
that
yeah,
communication has to
yeah.
flow. Yeah.
Yeah, so we keep really close contact with our students as well, so that they constantly update us. Sometimes you just have to drop them a nice note, and then they start coming in. Yeah, it's just that recently we have an event. We think we want to invite 20 students, but the word spread, and then 80 students want to come. So yeah.
You're so amazing at what you do, Marina. Clearly the demand was 4 times what you thought it would be. But the end of the year is also a great time just to say thank you and to
Yes.
say we
Press
look
the
forward to
note. Yeah.
seeing you in 2026 and on all of those pieces too.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
excellent. Well, thank you all. It was wonderful to spend the end of 2025 with both of you, gathering all of your wisdom. Carol, you're already so famous. People are demanding more videos about your experience and sharing the videos you've already made. So that's how
Thank you.
great this conversation went. For everybody, I'm going to ask you to please do a very quick poll, just 2 questions, if my computer will behave. Um, and so thank you all. Thank you for being here with Capital throughout the whole year. We have lots of great stuff that we're working on for 2026, including our very first scheduled session for the year for your alumni in particular. We have 2 recruiters who are going to be talking about how alumni can explain the skills and the experiences they had on a Bridge USA program to employers. So that's coming up on January 13th. The registration links are in your Friday emails as well as our events page in the member portal. And we have lots of other great content, much of which is driven by you and what you share with me. So please keep the emails coming, the questions coming, and let us know how we can always continue to be of service to all of you with what we have left in 25 and throughout all of 26. Thank you, thank you, thank you to our speakers. Thank you to our attendees.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing you at future Capital webinars.
Thank you so much, and I hope
Thank
this
you,
is useful
everybody.
for everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.